Reagan Ellis, your front row. Casey Smith inside of row number 2 alongside Chase Elliott in the number 9 machine. Daniel Hemrick, 2013 Southern Super Series champion inside of row number 3. Alongside him won his first ever victory in a late model about 20 minutes ago. John Hunter Nemechek will now go for the sweep here. He's got 200 laps to get it done.
2 to go signal being given. Next time around it'll be 1 to go for the ZAXBY Speedfest 200 from Watermelon Capital Speedway here on Speed 51 Radio, presented by Jags. Matt Preer, I'm Adam Mackey, and Trackside Now coverage continues on our website as well. You can check that out for pictures and further details on some of the things that are going on down in the pits here today. One of the things going on pit road right now is the work on the Spencer Davis machine as they hope for the best, trying to get that car fixed and get it back out on the track before the start. 1 to go signal. Next time, Matt, we're going green.
Yes, indeed. Chief starter Scotty Benland gives him that 1 lap to go signal. Green flag the next time by. A 10-minute break will occur at lap 100. Caution flag laps will count up to lap 175. It's now in the hands of NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver David Reagan, who starts P1 alongside fellow Georgian Scotty Ellis. They bring the field down the backstretch.
CRA pace truck is dropped off into the infield via the backstretch. David Reagan, Scotty Ellis picking up the pace over towards turn number 4. The green flag is in the air. We're underway. Reagan with a good start. And the Speedfest 200 brought to you by ZAXBY is underway. Some brake checking midfield. Everyone able to keep it in the right direction. Clay Rogers nearly spun into turn 1, but clean and green as they head to 3.
Coming out of turn number 4, leader of lap 1, the 77 of David Reagan. Battle for a second. Oh, Casey Smith off the pace of the 99 machine. Everyone trying to get by to avoid the very slow Casey Smith in the 99. Oh, something to miss with Casey Smith. Everyone taking evasive action to get by Smith.
Oh, Brandon Jones and John West Townley were going side by side as they tried to go underneath him. I don't know how they made it through. Heads up job by all of the spotters to work him around that slow car. Smith was right in the middle of the field as he headed back, and somehow, some way, we stay under green. Great job of driving by all the competitors.
Quickly up to 3 laps completed as Chase Elliott has worked his way up to the 2nd spot. He gets by Scotty Ellis. Now he'll challenge David Reagan for that top spot. Reagan and Elliott lead the field on a turn 4.
Was a scary moment, and now trouble down in turn 3. Kyle Bryant slides off the track. He's in a spin cycle heading towards the creek, but able to get it stopped in time before going down into the wet stuff. We've completed 4 of our scheduled 200. Caution number 1, it's Kyle Bryant, the Navarre, Florida driver in the 79, a spin off of the back straightaway in the 3rd turn into the dirt, and caution is out for a first time. We had some close calls, some scary moments, the scariest of which, one of our top 5 starters, 3rd place starter Casey Smith, whose car dropped off the pace right in front of most of the field. And Chase Elliott already making a statement, picking up a couple of positions on the opening start, and now we'll have a chance to get around the 77 of David Reagan. The pace truck has dropped to the infield and ready for green. Lap 9 will be completed at the line. Steering hose on the 129. Power steering hose on the 129 of Spencer Davis, the reason for him falling out.
Green flag back in here. Elliott working that outside move around David Reagan. They are side by side. They come on to turn number 2. Elliott trying to make the outside work, but David Reagan hanging tough on the inside as they come out of turn 4.
Side by side they race. Good run off of the 4th corner. He got on the throttle a little bit sooner than David Reagan did. Chase Elliott. Elliott smooth for 1 and 2. The Dawsonville, Georgia driver takes over the number 1 position. Reagan bonsais it down in turn 3. Pulls back up to the door of Elliott. Racing for the number 1 spot, 11 laps in.
Elliott leader, David Reagan second, 77 John Nemechek up the 3rd now. The number 8 machine, Johnny Sauter, your VBL Fuel Systems fast qualifier, has already worked his way up to 4th. He'll challenge Nemechek for 3rd.
Johnny Sauter has been so good all weekend long. He's been fast here in the past, including last year. We got involved with the captain, took him out of the running. Hasn't finished the Speedfest race. If he finishes today, he could very well finish in the number 1 spot.
Sauter right on the back bumper of David Reagan as they come out of turn number 4. Completing lap number 30. That's on 5.
I would almost guarantee that was a strategy that went behind that, and that is great strategy because he's strong enough against Reagan to do it on the inside or the outside, so why not put a car in between yourself and Sauter, who's probably the best car, or at least 2nd best car in the field right now.
Battle for for fourth. The 83 of Scotty Ellis, and a good run for the 31 of Kyle Grissom. Grissom started 13th. He is in the top 5 for the first time this afternoon.
Oh, big time crash down in the corner. Around goes the 2 of Rogers. He hits the end of the wall, and fortunately that wall has been slanted so that it's not an abrupt impact like it used to be. The end of the pit wall, which was protected by a tire, goes high into the air. It goes up further in 3 and 4. Clay Rogers' car is demolished down in turns 3 and 4. We've got caution and now red, 32 laps complete, and a big time mishap. Clay Rogers hard into the end of the wall.
That was some heavy contact by Clay Rogers in the number 2 machine. That car is destroyed. My goodness, as track and safety crew right on the scene. John Hunter Nemechek did make it back out onto the racetrack, has since come down pit road.
He's got some pretty heavy damage to the front of his car. See if Sauter pounces on that inside lane, tries to move up into second. If Reagan gets caught in the high groove, green flag waving, coming off of 4. We are back underway. It is Elliott ahead of Reagan. Here comes Sauter for the second spot. Grissom and Ellis, a little bit of contact for 4th. Fleeman caught in the outside lane. Inside is Daniel Hemrick, but for the second position, Johnny Sauter, David Reagan side by side.
Reagan with the advantage, 4 down. He's in the second spot. Johnny Sauter doubles back to the inside. Kyle Grissom has worked his way up to the 4th spot in the number 31 machine. Grissom trying to get away from Scotty Ellis, who has a driver's side full of Daniel Hemrick as Hemrick moves to the inside.
Sauter has dropped in line behind David Reagan, so he's still in the number 3 spot. Was very quick on the first couple of laps, but right now his car looks a little sluggish. Middle of turns 1 and 2, coming off the second corner. Through 3 and 4 looks good, but coming off the corner he loses a little bit of ground, so I'm not sure that Johnny Sauter's car is as good as he wants it to be right now.
A small shower of spars coming from underneath the number 5 of Johnny Sauter that time, going into turn number 1. You're right, he's losing some ground. 2-year leaders, Chase Elliott in the 9, David Reagan the 77.
Single file formation in the first 5 with Scotty Ellis and TJ Reed for the 6th spot, and TJ Reed has moved into the number 6 position. He started this race in 10th.
A little bit, that's for sure, as Chase Elliott goes by a slow Dwayne Begay in the 45 machine. Smoke coming from the back end. Caution flag is going to come out. Heavy puffs of smoke coming from the 45 of Dwayne Begay as the leaders went by. Tough break for the Canton, Georgia driver, Dwayne Begay.
Dwayne Begay stops at the top of the banking. He's fortunately been pretty much off of the main racing surface where he does come to a stop. I think he was going to drop right back down across it. Was most likely told by track officials over the radio not to come across the racing lanes because I believe he is putting out some liquid. You can see a little bit of a trail heading along the outside of the raceway surface down the back straightaway into the 3rd turn where he comes to a rest.
Pace lights, the lights are off on the ARCA CRA Super Series powered by Jags Pace Truck. He'll pull into the infield. It's in the hands of Chase Elliott in the number 9, utilizing that inside lane, forcing David Reagan to the outside as they move into turns 3 and 4 on the restart.
Elliott low, Reagan high, coming off of turn number 4. Green flag is out as they cross the line. At Revolution number 50, your leader, Chase Elliott through 1 and 2. In the high lane, Reagan slips up. Here comes Sauter to the bottom. Grissom's going to be able to get to the low lane in the number 4 spot, close to the door on TJ Reed. Reagan might be able to hold off and will Sauter for the rest of the spot. Reagan goes back to the bottom. Single file formation through the top 6.
TJ Reed looking for a way around the 31 of Kyle Grissom. Daniel Hemrick lurking right there as well in the 98. Right behind him, a good battle for that 7th spot. The 18 of Hunter Robbins, the 57 of Austin Terrio.
Robbins slides into the low lane, and he's going to pick up a spot. Austin Terrio follows him. Daniel Hemrick, maybe not the car he wants at this point, but he'd be saving some as well. The 2013 Southern Super Series champion, Daniel Hemrick, climbing back a little bit as Austin Terrio, Scotty Ellis, Russell Fleeman all close quickly.
That time by was lap 63, working on lap 64. This time by, top 3 running nose to tail. The 9 of Chase Elliott, the 77 of David Reagan, the 5 of Johnny Sauter. With Kyle Grissom right there as well. And TJ Reed looks to regroup and re-challenge the 31 of Grissom.
Preston Peltier side by side with Russell Fleeman back in the pack just out of the top 10. Peltier on the inside of Russell Fleeman. Bubba Pollard looking low, maybe 3 wide here soon.
Hunter Robbins Telltale signs of smoke coming from the 18 machine. Austin Terrio is backed way up, and now Terrio, caution flag comes out. Robbins, heavy smoke from the 18 machine. Terrio and Hemrick and a couple of other drivers behind him slowed way down as Robbins started smoking in that number 18.
Looking for any trails of liquid on the front stretch. I do not see any. That's a good sign. Maybe just some oil, something hitting the headers, causing the smoke on the number 18 of Hunter Robbins. He hits pit road. Robbins started this race 18th and was running in 6th. Kyle running there in the 4th position. Now, he won a past series championship in the past, just a year or two ago, but we haven't really seen him a whole lot, and when we have, he's not been one of the front runners. Today, he's brought his A game.
Without a doubt, he's right there with the last names of Elliott, Reagan, and Sauter as Chief Starter Scotty Bentley gives him the green flag. We're back underway, working lap 75.
Johnny Sauter with all kinds of free, and turn number 4 was sliding up, and we've got trouble. Dalton Grindle, Brandon Jones, Spencer Waters, Kyle Bryant able to get through. We've got caution in turn number 1 as Dalton Grindle in the 23 and Brandon Jones in the 33, I believe, were the first two that got together heading down the front straightaway. So yellow flag out, 76 laps complete. Just been one of those days, Matt.
Oh, I tell you, another caution flag, the 7th of this event.
We'll say on the last restart, Johnny Sauter had his hands full. That number 5 car slid sideways, coming all the way through turn 4, nearly to the finish line as he worked the wheel. It got really free on him on the exit of turn 4, so we'll see if it does it again. Johnny Sauter running 3rd, the VDL Fuel Systems fast qualifier for the weekend, and Sauter restarting 3rd, but maybe not liking the handle of that car so far. We'll see what kind of changes they make. The halfway break, which is just 20 laps away this time at the line. At lap 100, we'll take a break and let them work on the cars, change some tires, get some fuel. The green flag is out. Elliott a little bobble when he hits the gas. He does lead at the line. Signs the 77 of David Reagan. And on the inside, taking a look low, is Johnny Sauter.
Behind them, Austin Terrio around the outside of TJ Reed comes down in front of Reed to take over that 5th spot. Terrio now in the top 5. He'll set his sights down to 31 of Kyle Grissom, who's in the back bumper of the 5 of Johnny Sauter.
Austin Terrio saw he had Chris Gabehart, the longtime late model manager for Kyle Busch, and now up in the major ranks of NASCAR. But Chris Gabehart here helping wrench on the Terrio machine. It's now up into the top 5, and I think Austin Terrio, this could be that breakthrough win he's looking for. He's up in the top 5 and running strong right now. We've got 17 laps at the line until the halfway break.
Chase Elliott continues to lead with 9. David Reagan riding 7 Johnny Sauter is all over David Reagan for that 2nd spot as Sauter runs 3rd. Sauter takes a peek to the inside going into turn number 3.
Sauter challenging David Reagan for the number 2 position. His car slides back up the banking, back to the line behind the Reagan machine. A couple of the drivers from the NASCAR ranks. Reagan with a Sprint Cup Series.
As they come on to turn 4, Terrio right up almost to his driver's door with 2 to go to the break.
Austin Terrio has a very good car right now, 1660 that lap, and Elliott just about 7/1000 quicker, so they're very close in proximity in the running order on the lap times. White flag is waving. Final lap of this first half of the race for Chase Elliott.
Elliott makes his way down the backstretch, about a half a straightaway lead on Johnny Sauter. He'll come out of turn 4, takes a checkered flag to complete the first half of ZAXBY Speedfest 200. Chase Elliott will lead the field on the pit road as the leader.
Pretty good green flag run at the end of that 100, and that's big for a lot of these drivers. It gives them a chance to really feel what their car is going to do on a decent-sized run, and really one of the first decent-sized green flags runs we've had during the Speedfest 200 today, brought to you by ZAXBY's.